Digital photography made simple.
Hello again and welcome back. This segment is about basic composition. Anyone who's ever stared at a piece of art or photograph for more than 10 seconds has discovered a sense of balance within that image and a feeling that our eyes are anchored within that vision. That is known as good composition. But for us to understand what good composition is, we need to dissect the scene before us, before we take our photograph, and to follow what is known as the rule of thirds. Now we have a graph to show you what we mean by this. Take a look. Note how the lines have cut our plane into thirds. And at these points of intersection are where we find it best to place our subjects and how to line up our backgrounds. This can be done both vertically and horizontally. We're going to use ourselves as examples to show you the proper placement of our subject. Now I'm in a very plain background on purpose, and you'll see that I'm in the center of the frame and I'm splitting our frame. Now that is not always the best composition because symmetry isn't always the best way to approach a balanced image. You might feel it is, but you're actually forcing your eyes to make a choice. Now, if we follow our rule of thirds and I bring myself to one side of the image, I'm now sitting on 1/3 as opposed to 2/3 of the space here that's actually not being used, but in a way it's anchoring our eyes to one side of the image, therefore giving us a sense of balance. Now my partner Santino is going to enter our frame, and he's going to put himself into the center of our shot. However, he's now splitting his plane behind me and not following the rule of thirds. Does this look pleasing to us?
As you can see, this composition here is not pleasing to the eye. Ken in the foreground and me in the middle doesn't balance the scene. But if I move over to the left here, now I'm anchoring this left side of the 2/3 quadrant, and now I'm relating to Ken, and we're both balanced, anchored to the viewer's eye, and building a more complex composition.
And this is how we begin to understand how to build our composition. Understanding this rule of thirds will help move our vision into more complex sense of designs. It becomes our template in how we want to see the world in a more pleasing manner, and help develop our photographic sense of design.
Training your eye to understand the rule of thirds will help your composition to balance and anchor your elements in your photographs. Remember, understanding this rule of thirds takes you away from being a snapshot photographer. We want you to be a digital one-to-one photographer so you understand the rule of thirds and you will get these great shots.
A keen sense of composition is very important to becoming a creative photographer. And like we always say, become a smart photographer.
We're going to leave you here with some pleasing and balanced photographs, and look to our other videos on composition. We look forward to seeing you again here on Digital One-to-One.